Vidura College Grade 3 English Language Participation more important than winning. Hi children, today we are going to learn lesson 4, not to win but to take part. The Olympic Games are considered the world's foremost sports competition with more than 200 nations participating. The Olympic Games are normally held every 4 years. The 5 rings represent the 5 continents of the world. The most important thing in the Olympic Games is not to win but to take part. Just as the most important thing in life is not the triumph but the struggle. The essential thing is not to have conquered but to have fought well. Pierre de Coubertin. Dear children, today we are going to learn the 4th lesson of your English reader. Take your English reader and turn to page 24. Let's read together. Lesson 4, not to win but to take part. There are many stories written about famous sportsmen who have won medals after medals in sports. No stories so far written about losers. But there are famous losers in sports who have become popular because of their courage and their remarkable efforts. One such person was R.J.K. Karunananda, who was popularly known as Marathon Karu. The story is from the 1964 Olympic Games held in Tokyo, Japan. Karunananda represented Sri Lanka in men's 10,000 meter race. The weather was cold in Tokyo that day, but it was an exciting morning for Karunananda. He was full of hopes despite his weakened body due to a bad cold. He was thinking of his little daughter who desperately wanted to see him running. She was miles and miles away from her father Karunananda, who was in Tokyo. The race started as usual. Karu was running beside Billy Mills of the United States. He ran his level best with all the courage left inside his weak body. When Billy Mills reached the finishing line, becoming the first in the race, Karu was 4 rounds behind him. Even after all the athletes had finished the race, Karu was still running amidst the humiliation of the crowd. But his courage did not allow him to stop. When he reached the finishing line at last, the whole crowd in the stadium stood up to clap for him. He ran the last bit of the race very fast. He received a great deal of cheering, even more than what Billy Mills received. Even Billy, after receiving his gold medal, told the reporters that the medal should have been given to that last man, Karu of Sri Lanka, for his courage and determination. Not only the people who witnessed the race, but also the whole world learnt a lesson from little Karu of Sri Lanka. His name hit the headlines of many newspapers that day. He showed the world that the most important thing in sports should be not to win but to take part. Means participation is more important than winning. The Sri Lanka team participated at the 1964 Olympics. Athletics R.J.K. Karunananda. Wrestling Ernest Fernando. Boxing M. Bullner and W. Van Coolenberg. Shooting R. Jayawardena and H. Pereira. Now let's find the answers for the questions in the comprehension. Question number 1. How was the athlete R.J.K. Karunananda popularly known? Can you remember the answer? He was popularly known as Marathon Karu. Question number 2. In which Olympic Games did he represent Sri Lanka? He represented Sri Lanka in 1964 Olympic Games. Question number 3. Where was it held? It was held in Tokyo, Japan. What was the event that he took part in? He took part in men's 10,000 meter race. Question number 5. Who won the gold medal in that event? Billy Mills won the gold medal in that event. Question number 6. What is the lesson you can learn from this story? The answer is courage and determination. Question number 7. Suggest a different heading for the story. Can you suggest a different heading for the story? What about the story of Marathon Karu? Or the Great Loser? Can you do these activities as homework? B part writing. Read the lesson again and complete the column in page number 26. Activity C. Imagine you are a reporter. Prepare some questions you might ask from Billy Mills and R.J.K. Karunananda. Activity D. Word Bank. Find the meaning of the following words using the Oxford English Mini Dictionary and write them in your notebook. Words are remarkable, popular, weather, humiliation, and determination. Then write meaningful sentences using above words. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. The most important thing in the Olympic Games is not to win but to take part. Just as the most important thing in life is not the triumph but the struggle. The essential thing is not to have conquered but to have fought well. Pierre de Coubertin. Have a nice day. Let's meet in another interesting lesson.